Welcome to a new episode, and I say a new episode because this is the second episode I've done, even though I have recorded one whole episode and nothing recorded. So we're going from Graz to where are we going? Budapest. What are we delivering? Not that much. Nothing. That is. What are we delivering? Grapes. Yeah, I thought I knew. So we picked up the job. We're on the road, ready to go. We've just discovered a Volvo dealer, and we're gonna get out of here and hopefully make it to Budapest in one piece. Because from the looks of it, they haven't really given me a lot of. Okay, I wonder what this. Yeah, I'm hoping that this means that I can go as long as there's no... Yeah, they haven't really given me a lot of fuel from the looks of it, so hopefully I'm not going to find myself out of fuel. So this will be a first. This is supposed to be my second episode, but it's my first. Unfortunately, because like I said in the intro, while trying to record the first 3 jobs or 4 jobs that I did, I forgot to check if it's recording. So I went through the whole thing, having a good old conversation with myself, and then I realized that nothing was recording. So yeah. Even though this should have been my second, this will now be the official first episode. I hope you're enjoying the game, if you're playing the game yourself, and I hope you're enjoying this video. I will do my best to not, make them boring, so, you're not going to sit here just watching me drive from different places around Europe, and I'm hoping that I will be able to show you different parts of this game from a beginner's perspective. So yeah, I don't play this game a humongous amount, but I do play the game every now and then. Believe it or not, I've driven this route that you just see now 3 times, and each time I took while I was too busy talking. Like normally I play the game and I don't actually have a conversation. I took the wrong exit and I kept going around twice. This is the 3rd time that I'm thinking, why am I going around in circles? And then I realized that what I was doing is I was actually just realized I got my high beam on. Okay, this is interesting. I've not seen this in the game before, have you? Has anyone seen this in the game where you're completely blocked? So what am I supposed to do? If I go through, are they going to find me? Alright, I've never ever, in the few times that I've played it, limited time that I've played this game, I've never come across this. I'm gonna go through, see what happens, eh? Ooh, that smash into the... Okay, nothing happens. I've never come across that. I've never seen anybody that plays this game come across that before. So if you've come across it and well, I suppose we now know. Okay, you're going to be speeding all the way through or just down there? Oh, slow down. So we got the police over here. Alright, so obviously there was an accident here. I'm assuming that what I should have done is just waited there for a little while, and what they'll do is they'll clear the accident, and then the police will disappear, and then I get to go. Thankfully, no penalties for not listening. So yeah, I am assuming. Please, yeah, leave me. If you know what, if I was supposed to stop and wait there, if that's what the game wants me to do, please leave me a message and tell me, hey, you were supposed to stop there. But now we didn't, so we're heading. We need to kind of get closer to 80. But I don't want to get another fine, because like I said, I did drive that route twice, and the first time that I drove it I got 2 speeding fines, so I'm already losing about $500 off my the money that I'm going to get at the end for this particular drive. But it's my fault. I should have obviously paid more attention. Now I am only using a mouse and a keyboard, so if it's a little bit rough in driving, that is why. So I don't have a steering wheel, and again, I don't have a humongous amount of hours in both the trucking simulator games. So please don't expect that I am gonna drive perfect. In no experience whatsoever into driving trucks in real life, so it's not like I have a humongous amount of experience of truck driving, but I will do my best, and hopefully you will enjoy it. I haven't driven to Budapest before. I've driven in real life there, but not in the game. Budapest is a nice country. Hungary is a nice country. Budapest is a city. You get a bit of the old and the sort of new in the same place. Fairly, very good with food. A lot of history behind these countries. All the countries in that side of the world: Budapest, Hungary, Romania, Poland. Very, very nice countries. If you haven't been and you're going out that way, you would do yourself a huge favor to stop by and visit these countries. They're not like your Germanys and your Austrias and your Parises and those type of things. But one thing you will find is that you will be able to enjoy a lot of facilities at a lot lower prices than what you would in your Frances and your Germanys and your Austrias. I went through Austria in 2013. I would have to say that it was, for me personally, it was very disappointing. We went through Rome, through Italy, and a lot of those places, and we found the people to be nice, but the tourist side of things is just so overdone that you just, yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't want to insult anyone, but it's not a nice, you don't come back with a nice feeling. Yes, you see the views and all that sort of stuff, but you don't come back thinking, yeah, that was a wonderful experience. Well, when I went to the ex-communist countries, strangely enough, when I did leave, strangely it was, and it had left a really, really, really good impression on me anyway. Restaurants where we went, the service that we got was unbelievable. I really, really expected that in places like Austria, especially like Austria and Germany. I expected that the service in restaurants would be immaculate, but it wasn't. And we ate in Austria 10, 15 restaurants in the few days that we stayed there. And let me tell you something, one was as bad as the other. So, same experience throughout Italy. all the tourist areas. The experience, yep, the places were nice and all that sort of stuff, but the experience was dreadful. Even going through the Colosseum and those type of places, you don't come back thinking, you know, wow, what a wonderful visit. You come back thinking, oh, thank God that is over. And that's sad in my opinion, because it is for most people save them, you know, their hard-earned money to go to these places. I'm running out of fuel. Well, that's nice. So I don't get it. They don't give you enough fuel. So I got another 3 hours of drive and I got no fuel. Okay, this is interesting. So hopefully there's a fuel station around here somewhere. See, they do this quite often when you're 70 and then straight to 50. We'll see what happens. If we run out of fuel, I'm not quite sure what that means. After all, I'm using their trucks. You'd think that they would give you the trucks, you know, fueled up. But I suppose they don't. They calculate the fuel to the milliliter. I know I don't know anymore. Please forgive me. Yeah. So, like I said, it was, maybe you've had experiences in Europe, and yeah, feel free to leave them in the comments. But for me, it was surprising. Like, you know, you hear even on TV here, you hear about when you go to ex-communist countries about pickpocketing and begging and all that. Let me tell you something, that wasn't my experience. My experience was the opposite. We went to the Eiffel Tower, we went through Paris, through Rome, through Venice, and that's exactly what you have to deal with all the time, is people begging for money and so on. Okay, so we got a petrol station coming up, which, you know, like what everybody does when you do a 3-month trip around Europe, you do a bit of, you do quite a bit of research before, so you know, you find out what I should watch out for and so on. And I said that was what we kept getting told, be careful, you know, Poland, Hungary, Romania, places like that, you're going to get pickpocketed and blah blah blah, or people begging on the streets. We didn't have that experience. I will be honest with you. Okay. I have no idea how much money of fuel I should be putting. Oh, that's enough. Whoa, I put too much. So yeah. Oh, they're covering the fuel expenses. Okay, so I don't have to pay for it. Okay, you live and learn. I should have filled that up. I thought I was covering the expenses, so hopefully this means that I don't have to stop for fuel again. But yeah, surprisingly, when I went through Hungary, through Romania, we spent quite a bit of time in those countries. I'll be honest, everywhere we went, we were treated like kings. A lot of the, you know, the beauty of everything in those two countries was the fact that the dollar was so much stronger than their money. So, you know, you went to a restaurant in Romania or those places, and the that you ate was unbelievable. And the prices were ridiculous. My whole family would eat for like $20. And I'm not talking about a little burger or anything along those lines. We're talking, you know, half decent restaurants or decent restaurants. In Australia where we live, those restaurants, if I took my family, you easily be talking $140, $150. So, and the sides and the was really, really, really good. So yeah, if you ever visit Europe, definitely worth going into places like Hungary and Romania and Poland and places along those lines. Now, I'm not saying that you should ignore a lot of the advice about pickpocketing or anything to that effect. I'm simply telling you that our experience was not like that. I think most, if those countries ever did have problems with begging and all that sort of stuff, most of the people from like your Polands and your Romanias and your Bulgarias and places like that, they probably moved on into places like Germany and Austria, and they learned that, you know, it's far more profitable for them to beg and pickpockets there. And these countries are just left to the reputation. And like I'm trying to think as I'm talking to you right now, if while I was driving there, and we went through all the major cities and the major tourist attractions, I'm trying to think if I ever got asked for money in any of the ex-communist countries, or if I ever even saw any of them on the roads begging for money. And to be really, really honest, at the moment, I can't think of not even once. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't, but I can't think of not even once. Well, where we were in France, Italy and all those places, they were there all the time. Everywhere we went to the Vatican, they were there. We went everywhere you went, they were there. So, yeah. But anyway, it is a beautiful part of the world. It is a part of the world that is not visited as much. It's not as well known compared to some of the other places like I mentioned. But I guarantee you, if you do your research and you know where to go and you know where to visit and you know the places that you should eat, you will be astounded. You'll be like, they have like motels kind of things what we have in Australia. I'm not sure what they call it in the rest of the world. So it's like a person builds a private, 5-6 bedroom accommodation. They're called in their pension. And they have like, 5, 6, 10, 15 of these restaurants, of these rooms, and then they have a restaurant. The food in those places was amazing, and the quantity of the food, it was unbelievable. So, you ate in those places, and you ate, high quality food, in most cases cheaper than what you would pay at McDonald's. So that was a huge surprise to us. And like I said, if you go into countrysides and history and all that sort of stuff, you would be surprised at how beautiful these countries are. They're not really given the credit that they deserve in Europe for how nice they are. Sorry, trying to do a couple of things at the same time, and obviously I'm not used to it. Suppose we're close. We slowly coming to Budapest. Yeah, my keyboard's playing up. I'm pressing the cruise control and it just won't lock it in. But anyhow, it's probably the user more than the equipment. So again, hopefully you enjoy this little drive. I will do my best to pick different destinations, and then hopefully we'll get to a point where we have our own truck and our own garages around Europe. And if the game really sort of grows on me and I like it and I enjoy it, I will purchase the extensions of the DLC, some of the DLCs for the game. Feel free to make recommendations on, probably have some mods that are really good, or some of the DLCs that you're playing already and you would recommend to someone that hasn't really played a lot. So feel free to recommend anything that you think, you know what, this is worth spending your money on. Coming from Australia, I always look the wrong way first. You always get that instinct to look, to expect to have to go, the opposite way. But anyway, we'll get used to it. Quite a few times in episode 1, if I would have failed in the recording, you would have seen me pull in right in the wrong side of the road. There's speed cameras here as well. You see what happens is immediately, and you got a camera immediately there. I want to have a look at something before we... see if we've got anything. Yep. Okay, so we'll go into there to discover those new places. And then we will... go and deliver. As I don't have my own truck, obviously I can't. Budapest discovered, thank you very much. Yeah, I need to use their truck to travel around and discover the garage and all those places. I wish I had the money to buy a garage, because if I did, I would buy a garage here in Budapest. But I'm not even at the level where I can get a loan, I don't think. Ooh. So I'm wondering, what are we discovering? A truck? Or are we discover a truck in a dealer or recruitment agency or what? Oh, very nice. Do I have to drive in there to discover it or not? No, I don't. That's cool. Okay, so we got a recruitment agency. All right. So, yeah. So yeah, we did a little bit of driving around just for the recruitment agency and a dealership. So yeah, hopefully it wasn't too much of a pain. And we're delivering our grapes, I believe. Is that what I said? Grapes. I'm sure there was grapes that we're delivering. In time, hopefully. I don't think we were late. I'm tired. Whoa! See, tired. When you're tired, you make mistakes. I'll let them do it this time. All right, so we've got 620 experience, 5,000 euros. We get a little bit of bonus. We get a little bit of distance bonus. So that's good. Oh, we get a point. What do we put it? High value. To 10% higher reward, 5% increase for delivering a fragile cargo. So you got 5% higher reward, 18% experience. So we'll go with 3%, 20%, up to 15% fuel save. I'm not sure about that. So we'll go with this one. So we are at 20,000 euros, and let's have a look. Can we actually get a loan? I can get a loan for $400,000 already. Let's see what the email says. We can help you grow. We can have a notice that your steady earnings, blah blah blah. Your credit limit has been raised to £500,000. Feel free. Oh, this is tempting. This is really tempting. So let's go back to the bank. So $5,000 a day. Oh. Alright, so it's good to know that it's there. I won't be doing it yet, but it is something that is worth considering, I suppose. So what do we got? Job market. So I suppose 6,000. So we can go on exactly back where I came from, but they're paying me more. That's strange. Oh, probably because it's the fragile one. Okay, so where were you going? Somewhere else. So I've been there, and there. So I don't really know if I want to go back exactly where I came from, but at the moment I do need the money. So unfortunately, it will be wherever we get the most amount of money. Where are you going? France into Slovakia. Okay, so I won't be choosing a new a new job today, but most likely it will end up being somewhere around there. Now depending on what happens, if I feel like playing again, look at this 10 offer expires, so I said 10 hours, right? I may do this drive off, off camera, since I've just come from Austria to here. Is close enough, I suppose, because I went Budapest to Graz. It's not quite the same. So we might take this job and do it off camera, just to get a bit of money. I need to get a bit of a buffer if I'm going to take a loan. I'm not quite sure. Is there anything out of where am I? Origin. Hang on, isn't Origin supposed to be from Budapest? So everything out of Budapest gone back exactly the same way, which I'd rather not. Okay, so we're getting even closer to Romania. I haven't bought this side of things, but I may, depending on what happens. So $6,000 is the $6,789 is the money taker, and we've got a Volvo 700 horsepower. Wow, it's a decent sized Volvo. But anyway, this is where we'll leave it for now. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.